All right, guys, a little bit more on area and circumference. This is actually on the bottom of your area and circumference of a circle worksheet. This is the chart at the bottom that could have been for your homework or just extra practice for each one. So again, make sure that we are following or using our two equations here, our two formulas, area and circumference of a circle, pi r squared. Make sure we're using our calculators to do these things. Again, diameter and radius. Radius is half of the diameter, so we're just going to cut those in half. Okay. Area, you're going to plug the radius in. Okay, so you're going to have 6 squared, which is 36. Pi, so that would be in terms of pi. If you want to actually multiply it out, that would be 113.1. And then inches squared. Circumference is pi times diameter, so you're going to take the diameter here, multiply it by pi, so it would be 12 pi, which is 37.7. All right, for the next one. Okay, now this is where if I give you the area or the circumference, you may have to write it out, so you might have to get a separate piece of paper. So since I am given the area, I can use this, and I'm actually going to use the equation here. So if I have area equals pi r squared, so I can say, since I have the area, I can say 144 pi equals pi r squared. I'm just plugging it into my formula. Okay. Then I can solve for r. If I divide by pi on both sides, the pi's cancel out. R squared, or 144, equals r squared. And then I can take the square root. So r equals 12. And again, to use your calculator, you can go second square root, okay, the x squared, and then you can put 144 in there. And that will give you your 12. So that will go here for the radius. Diameter then multiply by 2. Circumference. Circumference would be 24 pi. Again, if you just want to leave it in terms of pi and not multiply it out, I'm okay with that. All right, but if you do want to, it says round to the nearest tenth. So then that would be 75.4, 75.4. All right, same thing with given the circumference. Okay, so I'm going to use the pi times diameter. If I have 70 pi equals pi times diameter, I can divide both sides by pi. Those cancel out, so that gives you the diameter is equal to 70 miles. Cut that in half, which would be 35 miles. Okay. Area, you're going to square the radius, so 35 squared. 35 squared is 1225 times pi, which that would be the same as 3,848. 3,848.5 for that. Again, if you just want to leave it 1,225 pi, I'm okay with that for each one. All right, for the next one, this is the one where now I don't have pi involved. So now I'm going to have to do a little more work. So if I come down here, I'm going to use gray, use pi r squared, 227 equals pi r squared. Okay, from here I can still solve for the radius. All right, but now the pi's don't cancel out. So if I go divide by pi, I can take the 227, divide it by pi. That will give me a number. Okay, I am not going to round this number. I'm just going to keep that in my calculator. Okay, so it's like 72. So it'd be like 72 point something. You can write it down, but keep it in there. So it'd be 72.3 equals r squared. And then you can still take the square root. So instead of retyping it back into your calculator, Okay, you can go second, square root, and then you can take your previous answer. Therefore, we're not going to be rounding at all. So I can go second, answer, which is this negative button down here in the bottom right. You can always use this. So if you never want to retype this in your calculator or any of these things, you can do the square root of your answer. So now I can round it at the very end. So that would be 8.5. 8.5, r equals 8.5. So that would be here. That is my radius. Okay, diameter multiplied by 2. All right, and then for the circumference, I'm going to take the diameter, 17 times pi. Again, I'll take either one, 17 pi, which is 53.4. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and I will show the work, but I will, you can always come back then and see this. You can hit pause. All right, here you go at the end. Try to link up the colors for this. So like the red here goes with the red, black here goes with the black, and you can kind of match it up underneath. Okay, the biggest thing is if you look down here, if there is a pi there, they cancel out on both sides. But if there's not, you physically have to divide in your calculator by that pi button. Okay, and then you can still take the square root of your answer from all of that. All right, hopefully we're good up to that point.